Welcome, everybody. Joe here with RangeMe and ECRM, and I have with me today Jesslyn Rollins, the CEO, and Rhea, the head of pharmacy for Biolyte, which is an IV in the bottle. And we're going to talk about some of their successes. We're going to talk about some best practices and dig deep into this product and what it does. So thank you for joining us. And can you give us an overview of the company, its origin, and your product lineup?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to do that. So Joe, thank you first and foremost so much for having us. So Biolyte is my family's company. So a few years ago, my mom had breast cancer, and when she was going through her chemo treatments, she was very sick and very dehydrated to the point where she couldn't keep up with her treatments without getting IV bags beforehand. Now, my dad is an anesthesiologist. He has years of experience tailoring his patients' IV bags with nutritional supplementation to help them feel better. So, when mom was really struggling and sports drinks, children's rehydration products, electrolyte powders weren't working, that's when my dad set out on this journey to create the very first rehydration drink with as many electrolytes as an IV bag. So welcome, Biolyte. So Biolyte is an incredible product because it combines the science of sports drinks, oral rehydration solutions, and IV hydration therapy to give you this incredible one-stop shop rehydration and recovery drink.
That's awesome. And I looked at the ingredients that you have in the product, and it is a little bit different, a lot different than what you find in typical hydration drinks. It's got some things for energy boosting. It's got things for anti-nausea. Can you dig into the ingredients a little bit?
Oh, I'd be happy to. So, as I mentioned, Dad is an anesthesiologist and pain specialist with years of experience of tailoring his own patients' IV bags when they were dehydrated or just coming out of surgery. So he would specifically add ingredients that would help with nausea, help with energy levels. Like when people came out of surgery very low on energy, serious nausea side effects. And so he knew exactly what would kind of get people back to balance with those ingredients. So he just transferred that over into the creation of Biolyte to make sure that not only do you have a proper dose of electrolytes like you'd find in an IV bag, but also ingredients that help soothe symptoms of dehydration like headache, nausea, fatigue. So yes, it like I said, it's a one-stop shop for all things rehydration.
Well, it sounds like it would be great for after one of my brutal workouts when on the air bike or kettlebells when you feel a little nauseous afterwards. So
One, and it's funny you mentioned that. Like a lot of times we get a lot of questions about who is the consumer.
mhm.
And my dad has coined this term of the other side of 25. So when you're young, and it doesn't matter if you don't get the proper amount of sleep, if you aren't eating the right things, if you aren't working out, you can pretty much bounce back immediately the next day. You hit the other side of 25, and you not only have a body that's not working as well as it did prior to 25, you also have added responsibilities. You have added responsibility with kids, with a very intense work schedule. If you're traveling all the time, that can throw your body completely off whack. And especially in your case, if you're throwing in a really, really intense workout, you're going to feel that nausea. You're going to feel fatigued. And that's where Biolyte 100% comes in to help you live your life to the fullest and feel your best.
So tell us a little bit, where are you distributed? So we talked about your target consumer. Where are you guys distributed, and what channels, what retailers?
Yeah, Joe. So we are in a lot of the major supermarket chains and major pharmacy chains. We're also in thousands of independent pharmacies around the nation. It's got three main segments of recovery. We have the medical segment, we have sweaty occupation, as we like to call it, then sports and leisure. So you would definitely fall into that leisure and sports category with your workouts.
Do you have
And
also like the drinking category as well? Because I'd imagine it's very good for recovering from a hangover.
Yes, that definitely is part of that leisure category we try to target. But yeah, no, we've had great opportunities with Kroger's, Rite Aid, CVS, Target, just to name a few.
Awesome. Jesslyn, you were going to say something?
no, Kris got it. I was going to name a couple of retailers. I'd just throw in Publix in there, QT, Racetrack. We are extremely proud to be partnered with some of the best in retail.
That's great. And you both have had a lot of success, both with RangeMe and with ECRM. Could you talk a little bit about some of those successes and how they came about?
Yeah, Jeff. So some of our biggest partnerships started with RangeMe and ECRM. Our Rite Aid partnership that's really kicking off this month was through one of your virtual meeting sessions. Part of our brand really is telling the story and showing how it's unique to the market, right? It's not just a sports drink; it has the added ingredients. So if we know that we can interact with buyers at these retailers, that we have a pretty good shot. They're just getting inundated with emails and solicitations all day from brands. So a lot of times that's just noise to them. And this platform really creates some credibility and some organization to facilitating those type of meetings. So that Rite Aid partnership is going to be huge for us. It really solidified our relationship with CBS through some of the retail submissions into the categories that we use. It's just been a great tool to be able to communicate and collaborate with retailers.
Great. And tell me about some of the things that you think have helped attribute to your success as far as leveraging RangeMe and ECRM. What are some of your best practice recommendations?
Yeah, I think the first thing is keeping everything updated and refreshed. Like putting, hey, these are the type of conferences we have coming up. You'd be excited to hear we've had tons of prospective retailers reach out to us because they know that we are going to Expo West, soon, and that's something that we've promoted on your site, and that's where they're finding us is saying, okay, can we set up an appointment? So update your profile, really using the data analytics tools to see are a lot of people, looking at our product but not reaching out for samples. What are we doing? What can we tweak in terms of some of our messaging on the site? I think that's very important. And then it's been saving grace for new product submissions. One of our big distributor partners, Cardinal Health, that's where we have to submit all our new product launches for them to review to decide if they're bringing in that flavor or not.
Excellent. So glad to hear that. So you do some work with the American Cancer Society. Can you talk a little bit about that and some of the money you raised?
Yeah, I'd be happy to take that one. So, as I mentioned, my mom going through cancer was the inspiration for creating Biolyte because she could not keep up with her chemo treatments because she was so dehydrated. So that is at the heart of our brand and our company. So we have partnered with the American Cancer Society. We started that partnership 2 years ago. And our first year, we donated close to $11,000. And that was in 2021 to the American Cancer Society. And last year, we turned all of our blue bottles pink. And we donated with the sales that came from those pink bottles. We were able to donate over $70,000. So
great.
It was so cool. It was so great. And so that I really look forward to stair stepping that as we keep getting bigger. And one of our key accounts managers Griff Nichols mentioned, he was like, Jesslyn, I cannot wait to give you that $100,000 check that we can give to the American Cancer Society this year. So I'm holding him to it. I'm really excited.
All right. Well, what's coming next? What do you have coming down the pike that you could let us in on?
So one of the things that is very new, because it just launched yesterday, is the bottle and the flavor of Biolyte that I'm holding here. So this is our 5th flavor, Punch. It tastes, in my opinion, like a salty or fruit punch. And we're thinking that this is going to be either number 1 or number 2 for us. It's very, very user friendly, and but you still have the exact same ingredients that you would find in any of the other products.
That's great. So, well, thank you both for joining us, and I wish you the best on your future sessions and your engagements with retailers.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.